In this video, we are going to learn trigonometric formula for finding the area of a triangle. So let me just explain the topic first. Let me just explain what that is, how do we use trigonometric formula, and then we are going to solve a few examples. So as you see in this triangle, let's say that the length of this side is A and the length of this side is B, and let's say that this is alpha. If we know the length of two sides and the measure of the included angle means the angle in between the two sides. For example, here alpha is the included angle for these two sides, A and B. So here the area of this triangle is going to be, the area is going to be 1 over 2 times A times B times sine of alpha. So again, A is the length of this side, B is the length of this side. We just multiply them, A times B, and we multiply that by sine of alpha, and we divide that number by 2, okay? Or we multiply by 1 over 2, the same. Or let's look at this triangle. So let's say that the measure of this angle is beta, and the length of this side, let's say x, and the length of this side, let's say y. So if we know the two sides, the length of two sides, and the measure of the angle between them, so we can find the area. So what is the area of this triangle? The area of this triangle is going to be 1 over 2 times x times y times sine of beta. Alright then, let's do a few examples. This is going to be our first example. What is the area of the triangle ABC? So let's use the trigonometric formula for finding the area of the triangle ABC. So we know the length of AB, which is 4, and the length of AC, which is 5 times root 3. And we know that the measure of this angle is 45 degrees. So the area is going to be 1 over 2 times 4 times 5 root 3 times sine of 45 degrees. So we have to figure out what that is, sine of 45 degrees. Actually, it is root 2 over 2. If you have done a lot of practice about this, you know that sine of 45 degrees is equal to root 2 over 2. But let's say that you didn't remember. So what you're going to do is, you are going to draw a special triangle, 45, 45, 90 right triangle. So this is also an isosceles triangle, right? If the side opposite to 45, if it is 1, so this leg must be also 1. And the side opposite to 90 is going to be root 2. So what is sine of 45? Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. You know that SOHCAHTOA. That means sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So sine of 45 is going to be equal to opposite is 1. You can pick one of them. For example, you can pick this 45 degrees. The opposite will be 1, as you see, it is 1. And the hypotenuse is root 2, 1 over root 2. So you can multiply both numerator and the denominator by root 2. So let me just multiply both numerator and the denominator by root 2 times root 2 and times root 2. So I'll get root 2 over 2. So sine of 45 is equal to root 2 over 2. Okay, then let's find the area. 1 over 2 times, we have 4, 5 root 3 times sine of 45 is equal to root 2 over 2, root 2 over 2. So here let's multiply the numerators first. Actually, we can just simplify this 4 and 2 and 2. Because 2 times 2 is 4, and 4 divided by 4 is going to be equal to 1. But let's just multiply the numerators. 4 times 5 times root 3 times root 2 over, and let's multiply the denominators. In the denominator we have 2 here and we have 2 here. 2 times 2. So here 2 times 2 is 4, and 4 will be cancelled out here. 4 and 2 times 2 cancelled out. So we have 5 times root 3 times root 2 is going to be equal to root 6. So this is going to be the answer. 5 root 6 is the area of this triangle, the triangle ABC. Okay, so let's look at the next example. In the figure, AB is 5 units and EC and AD are 4 units. EC and AD are 4 units. The measure of BAC, which is this angle, and the measure of EAD, with the measure of EAD, which is this angle, they're the same. So let's put this mark to show that they have the same measure. So let's say that the measure of these angles are alpha. Okay. And another information, the area of ABC, this triangle, the ABC, is 5 times the area of AED. So this triangle right over here. Okay, so let's start solving the question. The length of AE is the question. So let's say that the length of AE is equal to x. The length of AE is equal to x. Let me just write x here. Alright, so let me find the area of ABC using the trigonometric formula. Area of the triangle ABC is equal to 1 over 2 times. So I know that the measure of this angle is alpha. So let me use these sides, AB and AC. So that's going to be AB times AC times sine of alpha. This is the area of the triangle ABC. So that's going to be 1 over 2 times. AB is 5. AC is, as you see, AE plus EC, which is x plus 4. X plus 4 times sine of alpha. This is the area of the triangle ABC. And let me find the area of the triangle AED using the trigonometric formula. Area of the triangle AED. That's going to be equal to 1 over 2 times. So I know that the measure of this angle is alpha. So AE times AD times sine of alpha. AE times AD times sine of alpha. So that's going to be equal to 1 over 2 times. The measure of AE is x. And the measure of AD is 4 times sine of alpha. So we have this given information, as you see, 5 times the area of AED. So I'm going to multiply this by 5 and I'm going to get the area of ABC. So I'm going to get this. 1 over 2 times 5 times x plus 4 times sine of alpha is going to be equal to, I'll multiply this by 5. Let me write that in another color. So 5 times the area of AED, which is 1 over 2 times x times 4 times sine of alpha. So now let's do some simplification. So I have 1 over 2 on the left and 1 over 2 on the right. So these will be cancelled out. I have 5 on the left and 5 on the right. So I'm going to cancel them out. And I have sine of alpha on the left and sine of alpha on the right. I have cancelled them out. So I'm left with x plus 4 on the left is equal to, and x times 4, which is 4x on the right. So now I can take x to the right. So 4 is equal to, this is plus x, and it's going to be minus x. 4x minus x. So 4 is equal to, 4x minus x is 3x. Then I divide both sides by 3 to get x. Divide both sides by 3. So these 3's will be cancelled out. So x is going to be equal to 4 over 3. Alright, so x is 4 over 3. That means the length of AE is equal to 4 over 3. Alright, let's do the next example. In the figure, area of ABC, this triangle, the area of this triangle ABC, and the area of ADF. The area of ADF, which is this yellow shaded triangle, they have the same area. So what is the length of BF? So let's say that the length of BF is x. So let's write x here. And then let's try to figure out the area of these triangles using the trigonometric formula. First of all, let's try to figure out what angle do they share. Okay, these two triangles, triangle ABC and triangle ADF. Which angle do they share? So as you see here, this angle belongs to the triangle ABC, and also it belongs to the triangle ADF. So let's say that the measure of this angle is alpha. And now let me write the area of the triangle ABC first. So the triangle ABC, it's going to be 1 over 2 times. So what is the length of this side? AC. I'm trying to find the area of the triangle ABC. So AC is 8, because 6 plus 2 is 8, times, so the length of AB, it is also 8, right? It is also 8. So let's be careful. AC times AB, okay? AC times AB, times sine of alpha. This is the area of the triangle ABC. Now let me find the area of the triangle ADF. So it's going to be equal to 1 over 2 times AD times AF, as you see. So AD is 6 times AF is, we know that BF is x, so AF is 8 plus x. 8 plus x times sine of alpha, the included angle, so sine of alpha. And we know that these two expressions are the same because the areas are the same. So let me write 1 over 2 times 8 times sine of alpha is equal to, here, 1 over 2 times 6 times 8 plus x times sine of alpha. Okay, so here on the left we have 1 over 2, and on the right we have also 1 over 2, so we can cancel them out. And we can just simplify 8 and 6. We can divide 6 by 2 and we get 3. Let me make it in another color. We can divide 6 by 2 and we get 3. And we can divide 8 by 2 and we get 4. We divided 8 and 6 by the same number. We divided them by 2. And sine of alpha also will be cancelled out. On the left I have 4 times 8, which is 32. And on the right I have 3 times 8 plus 6. So I can just, let me write 3 times 8 plus 6. So I'm going to distribute 3 over 8 plus x. So 32 is equal to 3 times 8 is going to be 24 plus 3x. And take 24 to the left. 32 minus 24 is going to be equal to 3x. So that's going to be 8. 32 minus 24 is 8. 8 is equal to 3x. That means x is equal to, divide both sides by 3. X is equal to 8 over 3. So here in this example, the length of BF, which is x, is equal to 8 over 3.